Now I'm just going to put a square around here and see how many words I have written so far. It will be about 200 words. I really wanted to cut down on the words written here, but you'll see that it's very easy to go above the limit, right? So 150 words is not much. It's not much at all, especially if you want to mention the most details about your bag and so on. Of course, if you don't mention the details, you will lose marks. But if you go over the limit, you will not lose too many marks. Okay? Let's just copy and paste now. Okay, please just excuse me here. Okay, paste. Yeah. Then here we are. Next. And finally yours faithfully. No. 222 words. So you'll see that if I didn't write even an entire paragraph of those three, it wouldn't be a problem. So do not underestimate the 100 or overestimate the 150 words. They are a few words. Maybe I can remove some of these. Maybe I've been a loyal customer. Maybe just remove alternatively maybe. So in monetary attainment of the items lost, if possible, I'd like to, if possible, lost if possible. All right. Maybe the suitcase itself was black and made of leather. All right. So here is my first answer. Let's take a look at the next task. Some people prefer to live in a house while others feel that there are more advantages to living in an apartment. Advantages to living in an apartment versus house. Are there more advantages than disadvantages of living in a house compared with living in an apartment? That's a comparison. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant example for your knowledge and experience. This is a typical task 2 question that has or that needs your ideas and your opinion regarding something. Just a moment. Here, let's see. I'm just choosing one of the academic module writing because they have the same style. They have the same style, but the academic is a bit harder. Let's see. All right. This one is terrible. Let's, I'll give you a picture of it. Okay. Here it is. Here we are. I'm just going to paste it here somewhere. moment again. New. Edit. Okay, I'm going to upload this picture of a sample academic IELTS test here, task 2. Please just excuse me for a moment again, because it's, I have to say it. So, not this one. So this is a typical example of writing task 2 but in the academic module. Some experts believe that it's better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Can you see the very fine difference between those two? Okay, primary school or secondary school. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So should secondary or should children start learning a foreign language while they're young or while they're in the secondary school? We'll see. First, let's open a new whiteboard and start making some thought bubbles. Learning language. So foreign, year, foreign language. Right? Here we are, foreign language. Of course, we can start here with primary school and secondary school. Primary. And secondary school in the other one. Alright. Now let's arrange our ideas. Can you think of advantages to learning languages very early? Maybe before 10. So children learn very quickly before 10. Okay? Or it's that the method of teaching encourages children, or what else? Maybe children learn very quickly before 10. Or, come on, let's think. Let's think of a second of why should people learn in the secondary school. Maybe because in primary school they should focus on their main language or primary or mother tongue. Right? They should focus on their mother tongue because there are mistakes that no one should do. Okay? Maybe and they make mistakes. Things like where people or Americans who don't know the difference between your and your. This one and this one, right? Your car, you are, this one is the abbreviation of you are. But this is your car or your cat, right? What else? Maybe when they learn in secondary school, they would have already learned the importance of learning a foreign language. Okay, they would have already learned the importance of learning a foreign language. Okay, they have lived more than 15 years. Okay, they have existed for more than 15 years. They have watched many news, many football matches, or read books. Okay, that would give them an idea of how powerful they would be if they learned another language. If they learned 3 languages, 4 languages. Suddenly, they will find out that the more languages they speak, the better they'll be able to cope with this life. Not so when they're children. And this means that when they are old, they will be more accepting of learning this language. But I think you have seen earlier in this lesson about talking points with mothers suffering while teaching their children the language. All right? But one very important thing is that learning 2 languages, all right, can help the academic progress very quickly. You've got 2 languages, not 2, and help make children smarter. All right? Make children smarter. All right, these points are enough. So let's try to connect these dots. First, this one is opposing this one, and this one is opposing that one. You see, when children learn very quickly before 10, you'd say, okay, it's very important to teach them while they're young. But on the other hand, when we teach them when they're old, they will be very accepting. What about children learning 2 languages? They become smarter, but still, shouldn't they focus on their mother tongue? All right? Now, here is what I would do. I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to join these 2, the 2 that are joined with a this one with a green line, like this. Those 2 are joined together, and these 2 are also joined together with a red line. Now I want to connect the red group with the green group, so I should find a place. So I should find a link between one of those points to the other one. Make children smarter, but they learn quickly before 10. No, they should focus on their mother tongue, but they have already learned the importance of learning a foreign language to focus. All right, maybe something like this. All right, so on the other hand, I think if I just count the importance or every one of these paragraphs alone, if I take every one of these paragraphs in just normal succession here, I mean, I'll just use this one first. Okay, mother tongue, 2 languages, take this one. Okay, I would choose this one to be the first paragraph, this one, then the foreign language, 2, then 3, and 4 is here. Now we need to find supporting points. For the first one, they should focus on their mother tongue. Okay, my supporting point is that some Americans don't have adequate reading abilities. All right? Maybe they cannot read very well. And many of them make spelling mistakes. right? What about this one? They have already learned the importance. I want a personal example, maybe. Personal example. So, French. Okay. I didn't learn French. Alright? I'm just going to talk about a personal experience here that as a young child, I didn't like my French teacher much. Okay? And that meant that I didn't pay much attention to French, even though I was a very, well, I used to study enough and all that, but not French. And that led to me not being able to learn French at all. Sadly, I cannot speak French. I'm trying now to learn French, but I am a bit old, too old to learn a new language. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm in the process. Okay? You can never be too old to learn a language. So I didn't learn French. I'm just going to leave it at that. And here, languages make children be smarter. Just research, and then you may want to rephrase. So it doesn't matter if the second language. Now I'm copying and pasting from the piece I've read. Okay? It's no shame here. There's no shame in copying, which is why reading lots of texts is very important. Very important. So it doesn't matter if the second language is French or just say German or Italian or otherwise. Next. Children learn very quickly before 10. Maybe you want to explain that as they are young, their learning capacity is higher. But how do you prove that? How examples can you prove? Can you give for that? It is well accepted. Okay, this fact is well accepted, which is why many parents try to enroll their children into schools early. So maybe if they're only 5 or even 4 perhaps, they enroll their children into schools very early. Alright, so here we have all of the points. Now, after studying this, would you decide that learning at a young age is important, or is it more important to learn at an older age? I really want to choose that people should learn in a primary school. Alright? Why? Because the main point is 2 languages help make people or children smarter. This is my most important thing. Alright. Now, let's start writing a good introduction for this. A good introduction would be that I want to, the main point or the main idea, my main objective of writing this part is to discuss how can I or how we as a society can help make children more successful people, more successful. What defines success? What defines success? It is when someone can speak many languages, but that's okay, and when he has a very good academic score. Alright? Now, let's start. It has been widely accepted that learning a second language, right, helps, that learning a second language is very important in in the current or in the present events, is very important today. Okay? what the controversy revolves around, however, is the timing. Should children in primary schools be taught a second language? But the second language we have already wrote it, so should be taught a foreign language, or is this task, or is this type of education to be postponed until the secondary school? So it's been widely accepted that learning a second language is very important today. What the controversy revolves around, however, is the timing. Should children in primary schools be taught a foreign language? Or is this type of education to be postponed? This type of education is to be postponed, right? This is an expression that says it must be postponed, right? You can go maybe in a company and you're fixing cars, so you say to your technician, this car is to be fixed by tomorrow. So please, I want you to fix the car before tomorrow. This is the point. Anyway, until the secondary school. Until the secondary school. Let's give us a small point here to say from what direction I want, or from which aspects, which angle I want to view this from. Okay? What the general agreement is that what the general agreement is that all we know is that the general agreement is to help the students as good as possible. No, help the students as effectively as possible in their academic studies. Right? Something like that. Next. Those who say that that students need not learn a second language. Not need to learn a second language. No. What's other than a second language? A foreign tongue. All right. Mention the fact that many children fail to learn their own mother tongue, not tongue, fail to learn their own mother or their own first language. No, to learn a second language. Mention the fact that many children fail to learn their own mother tongue until fail to learn their own mother tongue adequately. For instance, just a minute, American students, for instance, often or are often ignorant of the difference between words like you, your. I'm just going to put these in quotation marks. Your, all right, and your, or their and there, maybe. So let's see. Those who say that students need not learn a second language mention the fact that many children fail to learn their own mother tongue. By the way, I think that the paragraph should be a bit smaller like this so that you can see what the true length of the paragraph is, right? Because the paragraph is very wide, you think that I've wrote only 2 lines. At least I've got that impression. So I need to do it like this. All right? Then, after I mentioned the ideas here, just going to say something here. Mistakes, they should fall there and there. Okay. This gives rise to, shall we say, alien and generally erroneous use of many words in the English lexicon. Okay, by the way, lexicon means, or just in the English vocabulary and so on, okay?